Hi, I'm Joe Polizzi, and this is the Content Inc. podcast. 5 minutes every Monday for content creators who desire to be content entrepreneurs. On Thursday, I gave a presentation to the Rocky River, Ohio Chamber of Commerce. There were about 75 to 100 small business owners there, and the initial plan was to go over my Content Inc. 6 steps and talk about building your marketing around a book concept. Well, the day before I scrapped that entire idea, I decided to just talk about some things that were on my mind. This was me standing in front of a group with a page of notes in my hand instead of a PowerPoint presentation. And I started with a couple concepts. First, I talked about how social media algorithms are not our friends anymore, if they ever were. More and more, it doesn't matter if we have followers or not. The algo is going to look at a person's behavior and then send them the content that will provide them the best user experience. And by best user experience, I mean keeping them in the social media app for as long as possible and sending them lots of ads. So anymore, your followers may or may not see your stuff, and I'm leaning more on the may not part. Then I talked about the change in search engine optimization. More and more businesses are getting less traffic from Google as they continually lean on more sponsored links and the rise of no-click searches, which, according to Conductor, is at least half of all searches. Amazing, right? More than half of all searches don't end in any clicks to any sites. At the same time, Google is competing with the one answer philosophy of OpenAI's ChatGPT. Whether the answer is right or a little right or completely wrong, we're headed toward receiving one answer to a question. And this is extremely scary to me, but that doesn't mean it won't ultimately happen. It's already happening. About 30% of the audience I was talking to use ChatGPT instead of search already. So I then asked the audience, what do we do? And here's what I think is correct. My friend Marcus Sheridan posted in his newsletter last week about creating signals to be found in tomorrow's search. Marcus says, you have to stop thinking so much about SEO and much more about signals and brand. In other words, you need to do everything you can to create signals online that force AI platforms to not only recognize you, but recommend you as well. The more quality signals you put out into the world, the more opportunity your brand has to grow, evolve, and stand out. And Marcus is completely right on this. But with limited time and resources, the answer isn't to be everywhere. It's something like this. 1. Focus on one channel where you can create a show that truly solves your customers' problems. This could be a podcast, an email newsletter, a YouTube channel, daily Insta posts, where you deliver consistently over a long period of time. You can't be great at all the things, but you can be great at one thing. Second, what are the websites your customers are hanging out at? Well, find out and contribute articles to those sites written by you. As these large language models scour the web for expertise, if you're found in many different quality places, they'll learn you are an expert. For example, if you type in, who are the experts in content marketing into ChatGPT 4.0, or who's the number one expert, I come up first. Why? Because I have content marketing articles, guest posts, webinar archives, YouTube presentations in hundreds, probably thousands of places around the web. Now, I've done this for over 17 years, so it doesn't happen overnight. I use this strategy because I had a goal to be found in multiple results on a content marketing query from my personal site and then maybe a few other sites for each one. That was an SEO strategy back in the day, but today it works as an AI content strategy. Go figure. And third, create the email newsletter for your industry. All your CTAs can go to this opt-in data gathering newsletter where you can connect directly with customers, and the only thing standing in the way of delivery is making sure it's truly valuable and getting around those spam filters. Since the rise of ChatGPT started in November of 2022, I've realized that the most important things I do are write for my newsletter and continue to create a pillar piece of content in book format on a consistent basis over a long period of time. Let's review and let's simplify. 1. Create your amazing show. Do it consistently and be patient. It may take more than a year to get traction, but please stick with it. In the meantime, create content for other people on reputable sites, and do this as often as you can with the resources you have. And third, create that incredible newsletter for your customers and your industry. And yes, you can sprinkle this content in social media and comment on posts and such. I just don't believe that's a long-term strategy right now that will work for most small businesses. You've got this. Be amazing, and good luck.